late start, technological issues, but we're going to get there. I hope everyone out there in Zoom land can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Super. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start. I think we're ready to go, and we hopefully are also live on Instagram. So I'll just start off and say welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining the maiden edition of this cooking show. My name is Ronke Shunubi. I am the founder of Ihof Seasonings, a small business based in Calgary. We only just started in December 2020, and I've had the pleasure of meeting this young gentleman, which we will be celebrating today, which is Black History Month. In addition to celebrating Valentine's Day. So I should say happy Valentine's Day, especially to all the lovers out there. Hope you're going to get your groove on today. Today we're looking to bring and celebrate Chef Oyakire Irinde. Chef Oyakire Irinde is a young man who relocated from Benin in Nigeria. He located after finishing his first degree in Nigeria, which was in engineering, and he relocated here to Canada. Coming into Canada, he has taken off very powerfully with his passion of cooking, his passion of baking, his passion of engineering, which is his first love. Here in Canada, he has enrolled in the MasterChef Canada program, where he was a top 21 out of all of them. And now he's on the Great Canadian Baking Show, which is airing this evening. He's out of thousands of people across Canada. He's now been selected as the top 10, and he will be airing this evening on CBC. So kudos to Chef Oyaks. So I thought it would be awesome to celebrate the Black heritage, which we now have here in Canada with us, which is adding to the rich heritage of Canada. Chef Oyaks will be taking us through an amazing recipe today, yam puree with steak and roasted vegetables. And we'll just cook along with him, learn about Black heritage as he cooks along. And if there's any questions you have, please drop your questions in the chat box while he's cooking. And we'll see you again at the end of the show. Thanks for joining, and I'm going to turn it over to Chef Oyaks to take us to the new thing on the block. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much for the honor. I feel really honored being a part of this, great team and the vision. I know it's something I really, really, relate to as like you had already said, cooking is like something I hold really close to my heart. And and I feel really privileged to, be able to share that passion with you guys today on celebrating the Black History Month. And thank you for having me on this session today. So I think I just went on live. So probably people from Instagram are going to be able to, join us and see what the demo looks like. Okay. Let's see. Hang on 1 second. Hi, everyone.
Awesome.
Hi.
Awesome.
Yeah. 1 second. The Ihof students. Yeah, I can see you guys. You're part of the live, right? Wayme, are you part of the live?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn on my my ovens, and just let it preheat for a bit. So as Ms. Ronke had already spoken about the Ihof seasonings and all, like I have tried them and pretty much I think Ihof seasonings are more accessible to everyone, right? Because I mean I have tried the seasonings on several dishes, and these are some of the most versatile seasonings I have ever come across in my my cooking journey. And I'll just introduce you to some of them, to the five of them we have here. And first of all, we have the all-purpose savory. Yeah, I usually recommend this for chicken, but like I said, they're really versatile. You can use them for anything, but this works really well with chicken. Then, of course, for the spice gods like myself, the hot pepper mix. Like, I mean, if you like really want to go hot and really spicy, yeah, you want to go with the hot pepper mix. And we have the garlic, peppers, and herbs, which is one of the seasonings we're going to be using today in our steak and roasted veggies and yam puree. Then we have the all-purpose original, the second one we're going to be using. Okay, so we're using just two of them, the garlic, herbs, and peppers, and the all-purpose original. And of course, my personal favorite, the barbecue seasoning. I use it in literally every single thing. And yeah, it's like this is just my personal favorite. I really love it. And trust me, you guys don't want to miss out on all of these amazing seasonings. So we're gonna start cooking, and so I'll give you guys a rundown of all the ingredients we're gonna be using. I have my bell peppers. I have my steak pieces which I've already pre-cut, and I'm gonna be seasoning with the spices. And I have my butter, I have my oil, I have my seasonings, I have some other stuff. I have my vegetables, the carrots and the beets, which I've already cleaned. Just to save time. And I've cleaned this already, cut them. You could just cut them anyhow you want. Like if you're fancy, you could cut them into juliennes and stuff like that. But I mean, I just cut them, like rough chops, and I'm gonna set this aside as well. Then I'm gonna show you, 1 second, please. Yeah, I have my Japanese sweet yams. So like this is what the sweet yams look like, and I'm gonna cut them and in really thin pieces so they cook faster. So I'm just gonna put my pan on my boiling water. I already have my salted water in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. Can you guys all hear me?
Yes, we
Can
can. We
everyone
can
hear
hear you
me?
very well. Yes, we can.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna I have my pot of water boiling, so I'm gonna slice. I'm slicing them really thin, so I'm just gonna show you guys how thin it is, just to make sure I save time on this. Cut it up real quick. Yeah, it's already peeled and washed, so I don't have to go through that step again. And what we want to do is to ensure that this cooks till a fork inserted into it falls off. Like we want it really soft, and it's going to make for a smoother puree. So I'm just going to pop it. Like I said, I already have my salt in the water. I'm just going to chop this up real quick. And like I said, if you're using the regular, you could also substitute with sweet potatoes. You could use regular yam, but like I said in the recipe, just like maybe a splash of sugar to bring it up to the Japanese level of sweetness in there. Yeah, I'm just chopping it up real quick. In here, there we go. Yeah, and midway into this, I'm going to be looking to see if anyone has any questions or comments or clarifications. I will try my best as much as I can to answer. So that goes in the pot. It goes in there. So I'm just going to leave that to boil for a couple minutes. And I'm going to set my oven on broil at like on really low heat. About for my oven, it's going to be on 380. And I'm just going to give my bell peppers, like I have the green and I have the red. So I'm just going to give my bell peppers a quick chop. I'm gonna toss some of that in with the rest of the vegetables that I have. I have the red peppers, and just gonna set that aside here. I'm gonna chop the green ones too. Set those aside. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to season my vegetables, right? So from the, if you saw the recipe, I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons each of the all-purpose original and the garlic, peppers, and herbs. So I'm just going to set the ones I'm not using, I'm just going to set them aside. Put them aside. So first of all, my garlic, peppers, and herbs go in. You see, and this is so it contains an onion powder. There's garlic in it, so I don't really, have to do more of the onions and all other things. So this, like the thing about this seasoning is that they meets all of your flavoring needs, so you wouldn't really have to do too much with cooking and all. So yeah. Then my all-purpose original gonna go in next. Let me just use it. I wouldn't want that. Then I'm gonna do a quick drizzle of olive oil. Not too much, just a little, just enough to hold it. And I just make sure everything is evenly coated.
Brown bread.
On my steak, I already have my steak on a separate board. So can you guys see? I have about 3 pieces. Here I'm using yeah, you could use any steak you want. I'm using the outside round. Yeah, you could use sirloin, you could use baked steak, you could use flank egg, whatever works best for you. Your favorite cut of meat. So I'm just gonna get my gloves on. Yeah, I have one right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll start with the garlic and pepper mix. Just sprinkle lightly on top of it, just a little bit. I mean, you don't want to go too much on it. Like you can always adjust for seasoning as you go. That. Then flip over. Do the same. I'm just gonna do this and then set aside, and just until I'm ready to cook. Then okay. I mean, you could use more depending on how big your steaks are. So I'm just gonna put the. So the next thing is the all-purpose original. So I'm just gonna have this on the steak. Just rub it in. Rub it in. Flip over. And do the same thing. Yeah, you actually don't really need that much because the seasonings, like a little goes a long way, right? So that, and I'm gonna set my steak aside and let it rest for a few minutes. Then I'll take this off. And so I already have a prepared pan in the oven, so it's. I'm gonna. So I have this. I'm just gonna toss my vegetables in here. You can see there's a lot of color going on in here. So I have my beets, I have my carrots, and I have my peppers. So I'm just gonna put them in the oven for about 10 minutes, thereabout, and I'm gonna keep checking. So our yam looks like it's almost cooked fully. Let's see here. I'm just gonna check with the knife, and I still have a couple more minutes to go. So I'm just gonna strain out some of the water and in here. Let it finish cooking. I'll just let it finish cooking. So does anyone have any questions so far?
Just from me, Chef Oyaks. So when you marinated when you marinated the steak, did you have to cut into it, like put little gashes into it to get the seasoning to go in, or what? Did you just base the steak with the seasoning and then you just
just Yes, I just put it aside and I massaged it into the meat, so it's just gonna stay for a couple. Yeah, these are not really thick cuts of meat, so it's I don't really have to do that much. Like they're fairly thin. I think they're about like half-inch thick. For a couple. Yeah, these are not really thick.
I have a question.
Okay.
Would this work for chicken and turkey?
Yes, it would, but I would recommend the savory for chicken and turkey.
Okay.
I mean, that's just like if I were to do chicken and turkey, I would go with savory. But I mean, like I said, these spices, these seasonings are really versatile. Like I mean, I cooked beans porridge with the barbecue seasoning before, and it came out excellent. So I mean, it's all up to you, but my personal opinion would be, to use the savory for poultry, chicken, turkey, and all that. And I can see another question. Someone asking if they're sold in stores or online only. Well, at this time they're only online. At I can see someone. Ihof.ca. That's the website. So that's where you can visit and just find what you want. And also you can take a look at the store. You have this apron as well. Like I mean, I have this today. I'm cooking with wonder, and some other times I also cook with gladness as well. I have both of them. Like, lucky me. So yeah, just take a look at the store, and you find the apron there as well. Okay. Just gonna check out steaks. I'll set this aside so it gives me some more space to work. right here. I'm just gonna look see if anyone has any questions. Hi everyone. Hi Mahati. Hi Obi. Oh, okay. Someone just said Uche just says he can't stay. He's driving. So yeah, I mean we'll have. I think we're gonna have this recorded. Should I slice or another question? Should I slice or dice the beet? Whatever works for you. Like I mean, you could like I just did a rough slice here. So like whatever works for you, whatever is easier, and it's all up to you. I mean, if you have time, you could do a like a really fine julienne. I mean, it depends on what your personal preference. I mean, it's nothing too serious. It's you bringing fine dining into the comfort of your home. So you do whatever you want. I'm just checking. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking to see if oh yeah, I can see Annie Smith saying she used it for jollof rice and she can testify it's really amazing. I haven't tried it in jollof rice, but I mean, but for the things I've done, the spices are super. So I'll just take a look at my vegetables. I just want them to crisp a little bit. And adjust the temperature a bit to make to 400. Right, so.
Hi, Oyaks, please could you accept our request? It is connected.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, 1 sec. I'll just accept quick. Can you see it? Hi Vicky, hi Leade, hi Leia, hi Manny TV. Okay, so Manny, just like what we're cooking. We're cooking sweet yam puree with roasted vegetables. And so in those vegetables, we have bell peppers, we have carrots, and we have beets. Then also making some steak to go with it. And also, like, I mean, what's it called? Like, you could use any vegetable. You could use Brussels sprouts, you could use mushrooms, you could use zucchinis, you could use literally anything. It's all up to you. Like, anything you want, just wing it. Yeah, but I just thought, okay, I'll just do a few things and keep it simple today. So I'm just checking. So we're almost there with our yams. Yeah, and I can smell the roasted vegetables already. Like the smell in here is really amazing, right? I mean, you guys need to try it. Like, if you haven't bought your spices, like you guys need to go get your spices and try this thing for yourself. And trust me, you'll thank me later. Promise. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go. Yeah, Jess, you should get it. Trust me. I'm just gonna go see if there's anyone who has any questions, so we can answer them. Sorry if I'm all in your face all the time. Okay, perfect, Jess. Sweet potatoes work really well. I mean, like I said earlier, it's up to you. You could even use a regular yams, right? Okay. So I'm gonna look on Instagram to see if there's anyone with any questions. Okay. Almost there. Oh, sorry, I forgot to set a timer. I'm just gonna go while the sweet yam is getting ready, I'll just prep my blender. So I have this blender in here. I'm not sure if you guys can all see it. It's the zoom. Can you guys see it? Yeah, so I have my blender here. It's small, so I probably might have to do this in batches, so I could get it all. Just wipe up this thing here real quick. And then again, you could use a food processor. You could use anything. You could use a potato ricer. You could use a masher. You could use a whisk. Can you guys see me on the Zoom party?
For me, the bandwidth is low, but I'm gonna just join on the Instagram so then I can see you.
Oh, okay, sure. Like, okay, you guys can see me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Mark it up. So the steak is going to be the last thing I'll do on this live. So I mean, I wouldn't want the steak sitting out for too long before cutting into it. And so for the steak, I'll just talk real quick about the steak. So for me, my personal preference is a medium rare. Like, I mean, you could go rare, you could go blue, you could go blue, you could go like whatever level of doneness you want. You could do medium, medium well, or well done, depending on what you'd like. So we're going for medium rare here. So we wouldn't be cooking it for as long as I would if I was going for well done. So what you want to get is an internal temperature of about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll just grab my thermometer real quick. Please hang on 1 minute. Yeah, here it is. So this is what I use for all of my temperature needs. I use it in my buttercreams when I'm making them. My meringues are a specific temperature, so this is what I use. And yeah, you could. I think I got it in Canadian Tire for about $5. You could also find it on Amazon. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it in Walmart. Like, I mean, every store carries it. It's something like pretty handy. If you're a meat person, it's something you need to, have, and also get and check your food temperature. So I'll just check my yam puree one more time. We're almost there. So and I also check my vegetables as well. Yeah, they're roasting really nicely in the oven. So so I'm just gonna turn on the burner for where I have the pan for the steak. So like this is my pan, and I'm just gonna turn it on to medium heat. Yeah, you don't want anything too high, so it's gonna be on somewhere around medium. So it cooks slowly and cooks a lot more evenly. Let's see. We have a comment from someone. Yeah, so yeah, if you like your steak meat well done, you just leave it a little longer, or you could even, cook to a medium rare and finish it up in the oven. Yeah, that's also another way of making your steak. So I'm just gonna heat up my pan for a little bit. So you probably wouldn't see everything I'm doing because I just need to go to the sink and get this strained of the excess water. Yeah. So I'm just gonna trim this off. So that's my. We'll just leave it in for another 3 to 5 minutes. Timer. I'm just gonna try to check how soft. Yeah, it's really soft. I can even mash it with my masher, but yeah, for a smoother consistency, I'm gonna do this in the blender. So for a creamier puree, I always recommend using just a little touch of butter. I have about 2 tablespoons of butter in here. I'm just gonna toss that in here. It gives it this really silky, velvety texture to the puree, and I'm also going to be adding some whipping cream, which is entirely optional. You could use milk or you could just use water just to refine the consistency a little bit. So let's see here. So my pan's hot. Okay, we're almost there with the yam puree. I mean, who says I can, you can even add a little bit of your garlic and pepper seasoning to it, like just to give it like that extra garlic flavor. You could do that too. So my pan's heating up. I actually forgot to turn it on earlier. So I'm just gonna bring it closer so I can show you. This is what it looks like. Can you guys see? I'm starting with Instagram, so it's a little bit mashed up. So yeah, this could work, but I want something smoother, so I'll go. And so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So it's like really soft, and it's also good for babies as well. Like, I mean, if you wanna introduce them into solid, like wean them a little bit, you could definitely give them yam puree. It's something that a lot of them are gonna love, and with Japanese sweet yam, like the extra hint of sweetness is something they will appreciate as well. Yeah. Okay, we're almost done. Okay. Just a little bit. So this is what the veggies look like after about 10 minutes in the oven. So I'm just gonna drizzle with a little more olive oil so they stay, crisp. So they stay moist so they don't dry out. Drizzle with a little olive oil. Not too much, but just a little. I mean, and then again, you could use any oil of your choice. It doesn't have to be olive oil. Yeah. So I'm just gonna turn it up, and just so it stays warm, just turn off the oven. And so I want this already. And so I'm gonna heat up my oil. Just like I said, it's on a medium. It's in, just enough to, not too much oil. So I think it's hot enough. Just a few more seconds, and I'm gonna go in with the steak. And can you guys all see and hear me? Sorry, I'm having to.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I'm just, yeah, I think it's, let's see. I'm just gonna, it's a really soft cut of meat, so I'm not gonna cook it for too long. Yeah, I'm just gonna trim off some of the excess fat around the steak. So, okay, you don't want your oil too hot, so it doesn't cook only on the outside and then it's raw on the inside. So I'm just gonna put in the steak. I have about two, yeah, 3 regular sized ones. So I have them in here. So I'm just gonna cook for about 1 minute, 30 seconds on each side, approximately not more than 3 minutes on both sides. So then let me set this aside. So for the puree, I have, let me just grab one real quick. And something I like to do is towards the end of making my steak, I like to put in a little bit of butter. So it gives it this extra shine and some more flavor as well. Yeah. Like we see, butter makes everything better. And, so I'm just gonna pop this in my blender. Let's hope this works. And, I can smell the butter already. And yeah, you're right. So then I'm just gonna toss in a splash of my cream. What's the splash of it? There we go. Well, before then, I think it's time to do the flip. Just flip it over. Just flipping my steak over. And increase the heat a little bit to high, so to get that extra char on the steak. I mean, you can skip this step; it's completely optional. But I mean, I just like that extra char on my steak when I'm having that. So, okay. There we go. So my blender right here is really powerful. So, and we're done. Just a few places and we're done. It's giving me this really silky smooth steak puree. I'll show you guys in a bit like how smooth it looks. And for the Zoom party, this is what it looks like. So I'm just gonna turn this back into the pot and bring it up to a little bit of heat. Then trying to toss in my butter, just a little bit of butter into my steak pan, and then I do the sweet thing. Like I said, I wouldn't be cooking this for too long. No. Yeah, so I'll return the puree back to the pot and heat it up a little bit. Smells amazing in my kitchen today. Yeah. And so I'm just gonna check to see my temperature reading for this. So what you want to do is take your temperature and put it into the thickest part of the steak. So we're gonna insert it in. I'm not sure if you can see. So it's at the temperature I want it. So I'm just gonna take it off heat now. So turn up my cooktop, and yeah, I'm gonna take it off the heat and put it in on a plate or a board or whatever, and just let the steaks rest for a bit. Okay, I'll just grab. Yeah. We're almost done, so we're gonna be serving very soon. It's always advisable not to serve your steaks or cut into them like immediately you're done cooking, because the moment you do that, the juices tend to, seep out and you have a dry steak, and I promise you, you don't want that. So you want a really, really, really moist steak. So then I'm gonna empty all of my yam puree in. I mean, you could do this by hand, but I mean, blender is always faster. So I'm just going to return this to the cooktop for maybe a few seconds. Just let it heat up a little bit on low heat as well. Yeah, and I'm going to stir it a little bit so it doesn't form lumps. Yeah. I'm just going to keep stirring it, because I'll just look to see if there's any new questions or comments. Okay, yes, they are vegetarian friendly. And I'm just going to look at IG to see if there's any questions or comments. Yeah, like, I mean, it smells super amazing in here. And I mean, because, so, I mean, this is another optional step, right? I sometimes like to crack some fresh black pepper into my yam puree. I mean, it's completely optional, but I just like to do it. It gives it some more personality, like I always call it. And of course, sometimes I like to bring out the Gordon Ramsay in me. He really does anything without black pepper. So I'm just going to keep stirring. And yeah, we're pretty much done. So then the next thing I'm going to be doing will be plating. So I'm just going to take out my veggies from. Yeah, so this is what they look like. They've crisped up a little bit. So this is exactly what you want. Not too dry that you so you can see some of the juices still around me. Just gonna mix it up in it, and yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. So this is what we have, and I'm gonna plate this real quick. So I have here I have my dinner plate, and I'm just gonna grab my steaks. I mean, it's up to you. You could serve them sliced. You can serve the steak sliced. I just like to leave my steaks whole. So do this. I'm just gonna quickly clean and sanitize my tongs because I used them for the raw meat already. So this is something you always want to keep in mind. If you're going to be using a similar utensil, so you always have to clean and sanitize. So first of all, I always like to start with my puree at the base. And so I'm just going to do this, and so I'm going to do like a smear of this. Then another thing I like to do, I mean, it's totally optional. I like to take my offset spatula and just create this this faded texture on it. So I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what I have, and on this ridge here, the roasted vegetables are gonna sit. So I mean, this is just like a small conservative serving portion. Like you could do as much as you want or as little as you want. So I'm going to ensure I have all of my vegetables fully in here. So I have the beets, I have the green peppers, the red peppers, and I have my carrots. I'm going to make sure I have enough carrots on here. And then I'm going to have my steak on here. I'm just going to put it directly on top. And so it gives it a little bit of a height. And one of the things I love plating with is radishes. So yeah, I have my radishes and I slice them into like really, really thin slices. Usually people use a mandolin, but since I don't have one, I decided to just use a knife and slice them really thinly. And I can see a question from Instagram. From most of the time, I always, for the puree, I always like to start with the puree at the base. Most chefs always do that. Like, I mean, you could put it on top of the steak, but most times we always start from the bottom because you cut it into the steak, cut it into the vegetable, and the puree is something you just take it out and make a huge deposit on your fork or your spoon, right? And then again, it's also aesthetically better for that. So I'm just going to adjust my camera for a little. Yeah, can you guys see now? Okay, so I'm just going to pop in a few slices of the radish just for some aesthetics. And I'm going to be showing you guys what it looks like after plating. Yeah, I like to use my tweezers because, I mean, I like to ensure that I position everything, correctly. Yeah, I mean, it's something really simple. You don't have to go, all that avant-garde with. You can create like really, really good meal with, the simplest of ingredients and tools as well. Right. So this is what it looks like. The finished plate up. I'm showing this on IG. Yeah. So this is your yam puree, roasted vegetables next, then the steak on top. And this is what it looks like on. Thank you, Jess. So this is what it looks like, and Yeah, so for this, I'm just going to set this aside and, take a better picture and let you guys see what it looks like. And then, yeah, you just take a better picture. And there's also a question or a comment somewhere. I'll just take a look here on the chat room. Oh no, what I mentioned about Gordon Ramsay is that he hardly does anything without black pepper, right? And yeah, he hardly does anything without black pepper. And for me, it's yeah, most chefs would always like to have the puree at the base, right? I mean, why that rule is, I mean, that's one of the rules we, came up to meet. I know, and everyone just said, okay, you know what, we'll just do it without having to question it. And there's probably an answer for it. I don't know about it yet, but yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah, we're neighbors, and of course, like I mean, you can have as much as you want. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What else? Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I know it looks good. It also smells amazing in here. So yeah, trust me, you guys want to be here for sure. So I mean, like just throwing your question. Yeah, I can't wait to take pictures and dive into this. And yeah, I have my red wine hiding somewhere. So this is perfect with red wine. Let's see if there's any questions on
Chef
IG.
Oyaks, it looks
No questions.
amazing, absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much.
And there's some people online who are claiming to come and get the food because you're neighbors. I think we need to stop such things from happening.
Well, well, I mean that's if they're not already on my doorstep already.
We have to virtually perceive the food and eat the food because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
There you go.
It's just absolutely amazing. You can taste it by downloading the recipe off the Instagram page and getting it done yourself, and then sending questions to Chef Oyaks if you need to. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just a DM away, right? So
some people
just a DM away, and you also need to get your spice. Sorry.
There are some comments where some people saying they can't wait to eat it, they can't wait to taste the food, and they're looking forward to it. But I just want to say a big thank you to Chef Oyaks. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has joined us today. It's been the response to celebrate Black History has been amazing. Chef Oyaks has been absolutely amazing, whipping up this amazing recipe within a short period of time. Everything kept to within 1 hour. For your Ihof seasonings, please visit us at www.ihof.ca. We have all the seasonings there for you to order and use. There were questions about whether the seasonings are vegetarian friendly. Yes, they are. Read the ingredients at the back. Make sure there are no allergies as far as we know, but do read the ingredients at the back. Make sure everything agrees with you. We would have the recipe on both on our website and on Instagram if you want to reach out, download it. We will have the video available as well. We would upload it so that those who came on can also, look into it and connect with us via Instagram. So if there are no more questions, or if there are more questions, please keep typing in. We'll wait on for a few more minutes, and then we'll release everyone to just carry on with their awesome Valentine's Day. Thank you for celebrating Black History Month with us, with Chef Oyaks, and all his amazing accomplishments ever since relocating to UK. Like I said earlier, before everyone came on, Chef Oyaks relocated from Nigeria after finishing his degree in engineering to Canada. He does have a degree in engineering and he's passionate about software development. He is also very passionate, as you know, about food. He has a page called The Food Engineer, so please follow him on his page. This evening in Calgary time, he is attending the Great Canadian Baking Show, where over 1,000 bakers come together, and Chef Oyaks has been selected as the top 10. So he will be featuring on the CBC this evening. So please tune in to watch him. Like I said, we're celebrating this Black man. We're celebrating his heritage. We're celebrating the fact that he's extremely versatile and creative. He's a good baker. He's an excellent chef. He's an engineer, and he just has all this creativity going for him. So we want to say thank you for coming on board with Ihof Seasoning. Thank you for delivering this wonderful Valentine's Day recipe that we can all enjoy with our families for Family Day tomorrow. So I would say happy Family Day ahead of tomorrow as well. Thank you all for joining us. That would be all from us. If there are no more questions, we would close this session. Is there any more questions out there we need to attend to? Or does anyone have any comments or want to throw in any likes, dislikes, or what something they've learned, or they want to share something with us? Thank you very much for the applause, Okwe.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll close this session. Thank you everyone for coming. We'll close the Zoom session and the Instagram session. We look to continue to connect with you on Instagram. Go to our Instagram page, continue to connect with us. Visit Chef Oyaks' Instagram page as well at The Food Engineers. Thank you very much and have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful family day tomorrow. Thank you all and God bless you real good. Bye for now. Chef Oyaks, thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thanks for having me.